Get out!
This? No, sir.
I'm telling you to get out.
I'm telling you that this is not lawful.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Attorneys React, where all your favorite attorneys react to all the stupid happening in our crazy world. I'm UncivilLaw on behalf of Attorneys React, and we're here with another roadside stop. This time, a police officer uses a taser on a DoorDash driver after apparently resisting arrest in Tennessee. So we're going to watch this roadside stop happen. We're going to see what happened, who might be right, who might be wrong, who's acting a fool. Let's get started with this.
How you doing? Pretty good. I'm Officer just from Collegeville Police Department. Regional Stops. Whenever you were coming down Talent Road, I got you at 49 and 35. You sure? Yes, sir. Do what?
I was asking really sure about that because I was going below that.
So what I got you at was 49. You got your driver's license, your insurance card, and your registration on you?
Do you have proof that you got me going there?
I got you by radar, man.
And am I allowed to see?
No,
not right now.
We're not doing that right now. If you want to argue all that, you have to go to court for it.
Fair enough.
I'm saying that I wasn't going that fast.
But I'm saying
this isn't the place to adjudicate this.
I need your information, please.
Why is it that I can't see proof?
Because it's in my car and you're not getting in my car.
Fair.
I have to get in the car to see
I
it.
need your information.
Could you get your supervisor so that we can have
Give
proof?
me your information or you're going to be coming out of this vehicle.
I can get out, sir, but can
Give me your information.
I'm going to turn my video on.
Oh, turn it on. Knock yourself out.
Get out of the car.
You can't do that for a traffic stop, sir.
Yes, you can.
Start me now.
All right, so this isn't going very well so far, by the way. As we can see in this case, we've got a person who is being stopped for a fairly standard roadside stop. Got you clocked on radar? Can I have your information? Apparently the answer to that question is no, and he won't give information. He's like, well, if you're not going to give it to me, then you're going to step out of the car. He's like, you can't do that for a roadside stop. You sure can. There was a U.S. Supreme Court case called Pennsylvania versus Mims, 1977, that ruled an officer may order a driver out of a vehicle during a routine traffic stop. And there was a follow-on case called Maryland versus Wilson, 1997, that further clarified that Mims applies as a matter of course in the ordinary stop of a lawful stop. So you don't need any special reason to ask either the person driving or the passengers to step out. You can just do it as a matter of course in the interest of officer safety. So yeah, give us your license, registration, all the rest of it. You're gonna step out of the car. I'm gonna make you. He says you can't do that. The U.S. Supreme Court would disagree with him twice. He certainly can.
Get out of the car, man.
It's a lawful order.
I'm telling you to get out of the car.
It's a lawful order. He can use force.
I'm gonna
No.
Get the hell out of the car.
Sir, this is a traffic stop.
Sure is.
Please don't hurt me, sir. I'm a good kid. Stop.
You are refusing a lawful order, okay? I don't know how to tell you this, okay? It's just the law, people. There was the Mims case, and there was also the follow-on case in 1997, the Maryland versus Wilson case. The police officer can, in fact, order a person out of their car in the ordinary course of a standard lawful traffic stop. They don't need any special reason or justification. It's one of the things that they can do. In this case, the officer's given a lawful order to step out of the car, and the officer is allowed to use force to effectuate that order. And he's going through sort of the standard force escalation chart, right? He's using the minimal amount of force necessary to accomplish the objective. So far, we're laid on some hands. This guy's talking about getting tased. It looks like we're heading in that direction. No one to blame but yourself, sir. All you had to do is give the license, registration, and information, and then you could have contested the information in a court of law. This was the wrong place, the wrong time. You're acting like an idiot.
Get out of the vehicle.
I'm recording you. This is a traffic stop.
I will tase you. Get out.
Traffic stop.
Get out. You will be tased. Get out.
Said he pulled me over for a traffic
Get
stop.
out.
Or tase me. You can't
Orders,
do that,
yep.
because I called for your
Get out.
10 times, 11 times.
You refused to give you information. I told you to get out of the car. Now you're resisting. Get out.
I asked to speak to your supervisor.
He is resisting.
Sir, I feel
Get out.
comfortable. Please get your supervisor.
I don't give a shit what you feel like. I said get out.
Please stop it. Why are you being like this?
This is proof as ever that you do not have a right to demand a supervisor. You can certainly ask for one, but you can't demand it. He is not obligated to get a supervisor. I don't know why people think get me a supervisor is some sort of magic words. If I say the magic words, that means they have to give me. Show me any jurisdiction in this country. Show me a law that says that a driver has a right to demand demand an officer get their supervisor out on the scene. I got 20 bucks that says it doesn't exist. There is no statute anywhere that says that that is required. It might be in a police policy manual as saying it's standard practice, but there is no law requiring it. There's no court case that requires it. There's no statute that requires it. It doesn't exist.
This is how y'all really are? Please stop.
He's giving you a lawful order. Get out.
Please stop. Get out of the car.
He's using.
Me. Why
Get out.
this?
He's using
I'm telling you, get out.
standard force.
I'm telling you that this is not lawful.
You're wrong. Yep. After 19 orders, to stop, this is where we're at.
Get on the ground.
That's not lawful.
Get on the
Yes, it is. It is very lawful.
Okay, but I have my life.
Get on the ground.
That's not lawful.
Get on the ground.
The officer can now arrest you for refusal to obey a lawful order. That's an arrestable offense, I'm sure, in Tennessee and just about any other jurisdiction, right? So he wants to put you under arrest or detain you. Either way is fine. It is very lawful. This guy doesn't know the law. This guy is acting like an idiot. Please don't be this guy. If you are this guy, you might get this done to you and no law will save you. So I suppose you can act like an idiot, but this is what's going to happen to you and it's completely lawful. Don't blame me. I'm just the guy telling you I'm the messenger. The Supreme Court said that, yep, you can order the guy to step out, even if he had given the license and registration. The ordinary course of a standard traffic stop. The officer doesn't need any special reason to demand that the person step out of the car or any passenger step out of the car. It's something they can do as a matter of course. And they can certainly make you do it as part of your refusal to give the information. And this guy is just using standard force escalation. We tried to order him. We tried to use hands. We tried to use light hands. Now we're trying to use a taser. And this is all perfectly proper police procedure. So don't be an idiot. Don't be this guy.
That was not a lawful.
Get on the ground.
Please help.
Get on the ground.
Please help.
Get on the ground.
You're going to get cuffed now.
Lawful, sir.
Yes, it is very lawful.
Put your hands behind your
It's lawful law, sir. I don't know what to tell you. It's lawful law.
Please help me.
Your defense attorney / judge will be happy to explain it to you.
This is not right, sir. I had a right to ask for a supervisor.
No, you don't. You do not have a right to ask for a suspect. Show me that law. Show me that statute. Show me that court ruling that says you have a right to demand it. And they have to give it to you.
Why did you have to do this?
Because you disobeyed the law, sir.
I'm a real good person. I'm delivering a DoorDash that goes right there.
Well, all you had to do is give your license, registration, and information.
No. It wasn't necessary.
No, it wasn't, sir.
I told you to give me information. You refused to comply.
I didn't refuse.
Yes, you did.
No, I asked a question. I am allowed to ask you.
No, well, you can, I suppose you can ask anything, but he doesn't have to give an answer, and you do have to give the information.
That wasn't right.
Yes, it was.
That was not right, sir.
No, it is very right. I would imagine the law in this jurisdiction is such at this point that the officer could now effectuate an arrest for failure to obey a lawful order. That's an arrestable offense, which means we can do an inventory search pursuant to seizing the car because the need to inventory the goods provides the own rationale for the search. So that means we can now do a search of the car and anything we find in the car is now going to be valid. So we've gone from a standard traffic stop to now I get to search your car, and if there's anything in the car, I get to use that against you. This is going really, really well for this guy. This guy is just stacking on the charges because he's a moron. Don't be a moron.
I'm delivering a DoorDash. I'm good. I'm a good person.
No.
You can't pull me out of a traffic stop, sir.
Yes, you can. Supreme Court says you can twice.
I never refused.
Yes, you did.
That wasn't right.
Yes, it was. We could just keep adjudicating this.
Radio signal. Let them know. Taser deployed and one in custody.
Okay.
That wasn't right.
It was very right. It's a righteous stop. It's a lawful stop. If they're going to start searching your car, the judge is going to laugh in your face later. I'll tell you what, man.
That was so wrong. Like, what happened to you today? That wasn't right.
Yes, it was.
I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. I told you to give me your information. You didn't want to comply.
Good enough, right? There's no obligation for the officer to argue with him, right? He just has to give lawful orders, which he did. He has apparent suspicion this guy is speeding based on detecting him on his radar gun. He thinks that this guy was going over the limit, wants to give him a ticket. Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance? You don't want to give me any of those things? You don't have any of those things? Oh, I'm just asking questions. I want a supervisor. Get out of the car. I want a supervisor. Get out. Yeah, no. You don't have a right to demand a supervisor. You don't have a right to demand the officer jump through whatever hoops you want. There is lawful law, sir. This is not what it looks like. I think you're going to jail, sir. Your car is going to be searched. Anything they find will be used against you. If this winds up in a drug bust, I'm going to laugh in your face.
Real quick, I just wanted to say that Attorney Tom / Attorney Reacts content is now on Spotify. We just launched a partnered show, link in the description. Go check it out. Now, back to the video.
You get out of the car, and then you don't want to get out of the car.
I have my license in my hand.
They should be sending somebody.
I asked for the supervisor, man.
No one cares.
And you tased me because I asked for you.
Because you refused to comply, they were resisting arrest.
Right.
I asked for your
Correct.
information.
I'm not arguing.
He has a right to do that. He gave you 20 lawful orders to step out of the car. They counted them.
I asked for your supervisor. Why am I not allowed to ask?
You're allowed to ask for anything, but you don't have a right to demand it.
When I give you a lawful order, you have to follow it.
Correct.
Abide by my request. I
do not have to abide by your request.
You do not have to abide by the request. But first of all, that's in the nature of a request. You don't have to abide by a request. The very term request is an ask. So first of all, it's grammatically incorrect. Second of all, it's legally incorrect. Because no, he doesn't have to abide by the request. There is no jurisdiction in this country. Show me a statute, show me a court case that says a person, when lawfully detained, has the right to demand a supervisor, and a supervisor must be provided.
Request, I don't feel comfortable.
You're comfortable.
Stop. And I'm telling you, give me information.
In the middle of the road.
This is where you stopped.
I could have kept going, but I don't know where to stop.
You have to stop at the earliest available opportunity. Yep, the tasing is lawful.
I've never got in trouble.
Well, you're about to get arrested now.
I've never done nothing.
Thank you.
That was so wrong, sir.
No.
I've never been tased, never been treated like this.
Well, this is a first for you, Delane.
A DoorDash, and I was not speeding.
Apparently you were.
You're fine, sir.
Some random motorist stopping on the way. This guy didn't have a radio, so it's not even clear how the police were called. I'm not even sure if someone called 911 or what.
He pulled me over for a traffic stop. I asked, could I see the sprint speedometer? He said, no, I'm not allowed to let you into my car. I said, that's fine. I don't feel comfortable, man. I have a supervisor. He yanked me. He pulled first of all, he opened my door.
I don't know why we're adjudicating this at the side of the road. I don't really know why we're talking to the guy at this point.
Tased me while I'm in the car and said I'm not abiding by his request. I have my license in my hand. I just asked for a supervisor and he got upset. That wasn't right to be tased and treated like that. You didn't have to yank me on the ground or you
didn't have to not follow orders.
I did not follow your orders. I asked to speak for a supervisor.
While I wanted to see the radar.
Because I didn't feel comfortable. We stopped in the middle of the road, and no, I didn't feel.
Were you speeding?
No, sir, I wasn't.
You got the whole police force out here now.
I was speeding.
Well, now you got bigger problems.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, whether he was speeding or not is no longer really the principal issue. Even if you could prove he wasn't speeding, at this point, it doesn't matter. Because, well, it was a lawful stop for a lawful purpose. He asked for lawful information. He refused to give it. He asked you to step out of the car lawfully. Supreme Court twice says, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can do that. I hope this guy's about to get arrested for failure to obey a lawful order, isn't it? And then we're going to search his car and find all kinds of fun stuff. This is where this is going, I'm sure.
You can't do that. You can't.
Yes, you really can.
It's not why you were tased.
You can't treat me like that. I asked for your supervisor and you went crazy. Like, that wasn't fair to me. That wasn't fair to me at all.
You gonna grab that
You can't do that during a traffic stop.
You really, really can. Now we got 6 other police officers coming over here.
You can't do that during.
All right, we're gonna do a pat down search, which, yeah, take your pick if this is arrest or a Terry search. No one cares. So either way.
Let's get this thing cleared up.
You never had to do a tase. I'm a good person.
Going to jail, sir.
Told him I wasn't speeding. I'm on my way to do a DoorDash that's a half a mile up.
DoorDash people aren't going to get their food. Very disappointing. Maybe the cops will deliver it if they're in a really good mood. That would be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Put on some gloves, and we're going to do a little bit more thorough search now, I guess.
I'm not running.
Excuse me. As far as what I was
hold on.
talking about.
Before you start, you have the right to remain silent.
We're Mirandizing him now, in case there was any ambiguity, which, you know, I'm not sure either way, but fine. Was it an arrest? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna give him Miranda at this point to save our bacon, just to make sure. So yeah, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, which implies it's an arrest now. So keep your mouth shut, sir, but he's gonna keep talking. We know he is.
You have right to an attorney. You can't afford one won't be appointed for you. Do you understand those rights? You want to continue talking to us?
I'm not under arrest.
Yeah, you really are.
You're right. Right?
You really are.
I would like to. He had no right to tase during the traffic.
Yeah, it's standard force escalation. Looked okay to me.
I did not deny any request. I had a request. I asked to speak to the supervisor.
You don't have a right to demand it, sir.
I asked, and that's all I want.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So you asked for a supervisor.
Yanking me on my car. I said, no, sir, I don't feel comfortable. I just want your supervisor. Like, it shouldn't have been that hard. What I've learned, I should be able to request that, and that'd be it. I speak.
From what you've learned, where did you learn this magical thing? You have a right to request. You don't have to fulfill a request because it's a request, not a demand, and you don't have a right to demand it. So, no, just no. This is insane.
For the supervisor, for whatever circumstances, the supervisor says I can understand.
Looks like we got a couple supervisors on scene now.
And so I gave him multiple times to get out of the car. Wouldn't do it. This is even after going hands-on. Pulled my taser and gave him multiple warnings. You're going to be tased, you don't get out of the car. He still wouldn't get out of the car, so that's when I popped him. Trying to get him out hands-on, but he wouldn't get out. Go ahead. And transition the taser. And told him, get out of the car, you're going to be tased. Multiple times. When he still didn't get out, popped him. And that's when he finally started complying. Yes, sir. No, just skinned up.
Stop.
49, 35.
14 miles over the limit,
Follow
man.
any commands.
It's a pretty minor infraction in most jurisdictions.
And so,
All this for 14 miles over the limit. You know, anything less than 15, you can usually, you know, get down or plead down or something like that. And if you're polite enough, the officer just might let you on your way, you know, depending on their mood that day. You know, 14 miles an hour is not the biggest traffic infraction we ever did, but we got our gloves on and now we're going to do a search of the car. Fantastic. What will we find in the car?
old man who stopped, I didn't get his name. I got another one in the car.
What a fool. What a fool.
Do what?
You good?
My knee messed up, but it's
Well,
fine. Do what?
you ain't stabbed, so that's good.
That's fair enough. You weren't stabbed. That's
I
good.
got out of my mouth. Kicking the dash. I'm like,
You're here and they check him out. Just take him on. We'll take him up here to the station and just go ahead and start doing the booking paperwork on him.
So yeah, they're going to book the guy for failure to obey a lawful order, and I don't know what they're going to find in the car, but anything they do find is going to be lawful because it's an inventory search. So yeah, this guy talked himself from a simple speeding ticket in which, you know, if he had been nice enough, he might have been able to get off with it completely, but no, he wanted to be completely obstinate, and the officer just followed the standard steps. Yeah, you have to give license, registration, proof of insurance. Can I see the radar gun? No, not right now. If you want to contest it, you can contest it in a court of law. That is correct, sir. You don't have a right to demand the supervisor. You can't make me step out of the car. He really, really can. And then he can use force to effectuate that order. Now it's arrest for failure to obey a lawful order. So he will be booked, the car will be searched. What else will we find, man? What a fool. So as always, if you're pulled over, you know, even if you did nothing wrong, my recommendation is always be polite. Of course, you have every right to stand on your rights. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to decline any sort of search request. You have the right to, you know, not talk. You have a right to, you know, behave yourselves in a lawful way, but don't be an idiot like this guy. If you're not an idiot, you won't run into problems. Well, this has been fun and exciting. Until there, my friends, I've been Uncivil Law for Attorneys React. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.
Big verdict.